Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod, Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning. You gotta love that.
I gotta say, it sounds pretty
you're
cool.
in there, man.
That sounds good.
That's the shotgun, man.
Right?
Shotgun Tom Kelly.
Legendary.
Right there. Yeah, indeed. And we have a great show here. Jeff Mariani from Cedros Kayak Fishing. Ron Lane from Fast Lane Kayaks here. And we're having a great time talking some fishing, giving away a great prize package here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to go on to San Diego at a C4 Sport
Yeah.
Fishing? And be donning some Salty Crew clothing, sweatshirt,
man.
T-shirt. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, indeed. So Ron's going to provide a Salty Crew package that includes a Salty Crew T-shirt.
Hat, sweatshirt, and T-shirt.
Hats, and you can just right there at Fast Lane Kayaks.
Yeah, it's come by.
The whole thing up.
What a cool deal.
Perfect.
There's only one line open. If I could mention the 877-792-1090 number, give us a shout.
I think it's all full right now. So just keep
there it
trying.
is.
Yeah, 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. Time for the catch report.
Let's do it. And sponsored by Dana Landing on Mission Bay, your one-stop shop for everything you need to go fishing. Complete saltwater tackle shop, full deli, Mexican and California licenses, trips, and six-pack charters. And when it comes to the freshwater tackle, East County Bait and Tackle, full line of freshwater tackle, live bait for a great day on the lake. Dana Landing right across from SeaWorld, next to the Dana Launch Ramp, next to Ron's shop, the Hobie place. And check them out. East County Bait and Tackle's at the end of the 67 on Mapleview and Lakeside. Check DanaLanding.com for more info.
And you can get MC swim baits at both locations, right?
Absolutely.
Dana Landing as well as East. Now, does East County Bait and Tackle have those super freshwater baits that you pull?
They do, yeah. They have some of the swimmers in there too. I was using down at Mexico just a week ago.
Yeah.
The 4-inch swimmers.
The ones that was the hot stuff at the
lake there.
Yeah,
on a 3-aught Gamakatsu, man. That is a money maker. You can literally throw it through the junk and come through clean.
Nice.
It's a good calico one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Let's find out what's going on with our fishdope.com report. Our private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish from Pacific Edge. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Pete, Corey, Kayak guys.
Morning, Mark.
So here we go, guys. Last week, I mentioned that it looked like our offshore season was pretty much over. And in reality it is, but it's not going away without a struggle. Surprisingly, midweek, one of the Dana Point sport boats out there fishing cods, I think, they shot a cool video of 2 or 3 lazy marlin feeders poking around there. It was neat kind of watching that. And that was right off Boggs Canyon out there on the Rockfish grounds. And there's, the season kind of ended down in that area also. So a little bit of residual marlin hanging around for a guy that wants a shot at the last one of the year. And then a day or two later, about 15 miles off Carlsbad, just kind of below that marlin sector there, some of that good gray bluefin was up and around, driving a few guys crazy there. Some of it was that big stuff, apparently. And then just below that, a little bit more up above on the upper end of the 9 there, big area of bait and birds in there and a few yellowtails on kelps. So add to that, the deep drop fleet fishing swordfish, the commercial fleet there, they're just clobbering the swordfish. The price is dropping. There's so much fish on the market right now. It's just crazy. A lot of swordfish around, but specialized technique, of course. But overall, good conditions offshore. Weather buoys are reporting 62 to 64 degrees along most of the coast. Not bad for late December. It's hard to believe. And then at the islands, there's been a few yellows out there at Nick still, but the weather's coming up, so it's going to be a little tough getting there. Catalina's starting to kind of get with the wintertime program. Been a couple nice catches of both yellows and from just legal size to mid-size sea bass showing up there. Backside west, backside middle's been the best zone for that. And then at Clemente, it's also waking up a little bit. There was some squid backside west. Singers fixed that, unfortunately, but there was some good grade yellowtail on that, like 20-pound size fish. And that also bodes well for our winter season. So Mother Nature's offered up a nice little Christmas present here with this better fish showing up, and we got a little bit of weather coming. When it blows through, it's time to get out there and check out all that new Christmas stuff you got there. It's time to go.
Question is, Mark, did they catch any of those marlin? Did they catch any of those bluefin?
I'm not sure the marlin deal, anybody was even fishing for them. I think they were just watching them. And
that's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Almost Christmas.
It's
Christmas.
Did you see that little video? I mean, those fish were just so lazy. They were moving so slow, and there was 2 for sure, maybe 3 in there just chasing some little bait fish around.
Wow.
Looked like fun to me, I'll tell you.
Unbelievable.
And that tuna fish, I think maybe somebody might have hooked one, somebody without the right gear. Apparently some of that stuff was a big fish. But, it's a big ocean. Fish got tails. You just never know where them darn things are going to show up.
Where it's going to go. Yeah, for sure. And, of course, fishdope.com. Danny's and Jeff have had all that info on fishdope.com all week. $20 off a new membership. It's not too late to get a gift membership that'll last an entire year. Fishdope.com. $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code HOOKUPNOW, lowercase, no space, HOOKUPNOW. And if somebody wants to come to Pacific Edge, how do we find you, Mark?
Well, Pete, we're in Huntington Beach. We're on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger by the big Chevron station there. And the phone number at the store is area code 714-840-4262. The website's PacificEdgeTackle.com. And the website right now, guys, it's pretty much a major mess. Our old one melted down, and Chris is in the process of building a new, much more efficient one. So be a little while before we got good info there. So just give me a call if you need any bait tank information or whatever else.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some fun tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, tomorrow is our Christmas Spectacular with Captain Mark Wish from Pacific Edge. We have 7 packages, Corey, that we've put together. And I'm just going to run through real quick the list. Package number 1, multiple spools of Seaguar fluorocarbon, Nomad DTX minnows, which is the ultimate trolling lure for wahoo, yellowtail, all kinds of stuff, and an Anza fillet knife. That's a $250 plus value. Pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the World Cup, $230 value. CalStar graphite rod, that's like a $300 value. $400 Affco clothing shopping spree. Shimano Torium reel, and 2 half-day passes on the Dolphin, courtesy of Fisherman's Landing Tackle. That's like a $300 package. Set of 3 of Mark Wish's book, and the Inside Guide to Long-Range Fishing from Creaky Tiki, and a $50 gift card to Pacific Edge. That's like a $200 value. And the grand prize, Shimano Talica 10 2-speed reel, and a matching Talus rod. That's like a $600 plus.
Are you kidding?
All of that's going to be given away for the 7 best contributions to the show tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. on Let's Talk Hookup.
Kind of thankful Rick's missing this show.
I've listened to this for decades.
I've listened to it for years, and actually be in studio. I'm going to be stoked.
It's going to be fun.
Fun to be with you, Mark.
Yeah, you're going to be blown away, Corey. This is a blast.
Yeah, it's a really fun show. So tune in tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m., and we'll see you then, Mark.
Okay, sounds good, buddy. Take care.
All right, appreciate that.
Man, fun times. And from Bolsa Chica and Edinger with Mark down to Marcos on Mission Bay. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing today?
Doing
great.
Good.
Unfortunately, a kind of slow report this week. Yeah. Not a lot of trips getting out. I think kind of that lull before Christmas break here, but some pretty good bottom fishing. The Seaforth going out there, catching reds, rockfish, some other bottom fishing there, those whitefish, sheephead. So pretty good fishing there, barring a little incident of weather there, but unfortunately been a little bit slow. But with the week coming up here and some good weather right now, hopefully we're going to be running those half-day trips. Ryan on the San Diego is still online, not getting a lot of interest, but I know at least Thursday he's got enough to run there. So if you want a shot at the islands, that'd be a good time there. And to talk about those bottom fish locally, only a couple more weeks left there to catch those before the closure. So definitely check out the website, seaforthlanding.com. You can call us on the phone, 619-224-3383, or you can come on down, check out the tackle shop, get a gift certificate for yourself or someone else in your life there, and say hi.
Marcos,
like I said, I wish I had a bit more to tell you guys.
I couldn't think of a better last-minute Christmas gift than coming down and purchasing a gift certificate. You can use it, I assume, either in the tackle shop or for a ticket.
Yeah, like I said, you can use them on those trips. They come in dollar amounts. So you can apply them towards a shorter trip or a longer trip. If you want to get someone some tackle, but you don't know what they need, they can use that in the tackle shop. So definitely a very good option there.
Great idea.
That's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one, Marcos. Hey, appreciate that, and we will talk to you next Saturday, and have a Merry Christmas, okay?
You too, guys.
All right, appreciate
Thanks for the
Definitely good times. I think we need to jump into it. The lines
well, actually, we're going to wrap that up. The Catch Report sponsored in part by Blue Guard Innovations, making smart bilge pump switches and sensors designed to protect you, your vessel, and the environment. If your boat lives in the water and you have not installed the BG1 oil and fuel detector like I have on my boat, you could be risking thousands of fines. I had it happen to me. I dumped fuel in the water. I didn't know it. Now I have the BG1. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So just one of several switches and sensors made by Blue Guard Innovations. Check bluebgi.com and get the affordable products at Wilson Marine in San Diego, or they now have them right there at San Diego Marine Exchange. And I got a funny little adage, Corey, to add here. We were talking about California Sheephead last week.
Yes.
And our resident expert, Dr. Bob Blum, IGFA expert,
yes,
and study of fisheries and all that stuff. Even though he was a gynecologist, he's still really into fisheries, right?
Say what?
But yeah. So anyway, Dr. Blum wrote me the funniest email, and I got to read this email to our listeners here. Sunday, you mentioned that the California sheephead, otherwise like other wrasses, are born female and change into males. The scientific term is protoglytinous.
Okay.
All right. So another interesting fish are clownfish. In a typical school, there is only one female and all the others are male.
Wow.
Oh, can you imagine that? But only the dominant male gets to mate with the female. If the female dies, the dominant male changes into a female and all the others move up a notch.
Holy
How about that? Okay, so imagine this. In 2003, the animated movie Finding Nemo, Nemo's mom gets eaten by a barracuda. So, Nemo is raised by his father. Now, if the movie follows nature, Nemo's dad would have changed into Nemo's mom.
Holy!
A male changing into a female would be rather shocking to the average Disney movie goer. But that's the reality.
Only
right
here.
There. Only Dr. Blum right there, right?
Just ruined Finding Nemo for me.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. See what you've done, Bob?
Oh, my daughter is older now. She doesn't bless it.
Dr. Blum.
Yeah, indeed. Let's go ahead and jump into the
Let's
phones.
do it, Pete. We're going to talk to Doug. Doug from Montebello. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup this morning.
Oh, that was funny.
Right?
Yeah. I got two questions now. Where is there any place you're restricted to take the kayaks, like in a back bay someplace, and could they also use them for fishing rockfish?
Oh, you bet. Rockfish fishing is...
Oh, man. Like on our Islander kayak trip?
Oh,
we do
all
we do
flat falls. Those
yeah.
flat falls were killing it.
And then at Cedros kayak fishing, you do rock fishing all the time, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, we found some good spots. It's a little deeper, but there's a ledge, drops up to 300 feet. And I don't know if you've ever caught a 8 or 10 pound whitefish. But, man, they're scrappy.
They're tough.
They are scrappy.
Yeah, you think you have a yellow,
great
really.
eating, too, and the people on the island love it.
Yeah.
They love it, so it's
good. I think the key on rock fishing is just having a good meter on your kayak.
Yep.
So you can see that, that peak or that structure,
exactly.
And then if there's any bait around it, meter and drop.
Now, the new Hobie Mirage Drive Outback has built that all built into the kayak, right?
Absolutely,
and plug and play, right?
They also, it's pretty easy to install. But the key is that these new fish finders, like the one the one I just put on my boat, has this huge transducer. And how do you protect that on the bottom of a kayak? Well, the Hobie guys came up with this new feature called the Guardian. And the Guardian actually raises the transducer when you come in up off the bottom of the boat. It just it lifts up into the boat. And then when it's down, you can see sideways, so that structure scan or that side scan works.
So it's like having a side scanning sonar on your kayak.
So crazy.
It is crazy.
The Hobie Innovations, Ron, I mean, it's a Southern California born and raised company.
Yep.
And you add people like Morgan and Kevin into the equation, and the knowledge you have and your family has in it. I mean, come on. It's just, this isn't like a Florida-based kayak fishing
No, and
venture.
you'll see those guys out at La Jolla all the time on the product. And, where's Kevin? Where's Morgan? Well,
every day.
Fishing.
Every day.
That's why.
Maybe
And that's
Cedros
actually
kayak fishing,
good.
right?
Oh, they
for
both
the
come
business.
down. Oh yeah, they both frequent there often.
So when you buy into a Hobie, I mean, that's what you're getting. You're getting a Southern California born and raised made product, and then people, testing it down at Jeff's place.
Built right in Oceanside.
Right?
It's an awesome company. One of the things, you can't sit back on what you've got. And Hobie their number one selling kayak for the last 18 years was the Outback, and they just completely remodeled it.
Not for the worse, though.
No. Every single feature is better.
Right.
And, I mean, that's stepping it up.
Yeah,
That's
kidding.
just from those guys. I mean, those two guys fish those boats. Like, if you want to learn how to use that boat and how it's supposed to operate, like, you go with Kevin out at La Jolla and watch how he uses that boat. Those guys are incredible. That boat is so awesome because those guys fish so hard.
Yeah,
right.
And that's why they developed them to be such a great boat. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Appreciate that. That does finally free up 877-792-1090. Let's jump back in, Corey.
Let's do it. Let's free up a toll-free number. Let's talk to Bruce. Bruce is calling from Lemon Grove. Welcome to the show this morning, Bruce.
Morning, Bruce.
Hey, great show as usual. My question is for Ron there. Was out a couple of days ago or saw a guy with a trolling motor on that kayak. Is that normal?
Yeah, okay, so I like trolling motors for certain reasons, but I'm a less is more kind of guy. Now, one of my clients literally started a company called the Bixby Motor. We sell them at the shop, and they really work well on all the Hobie products. The Pro Angler has its own kit. You can put them on Outbacks or Sports. We will be demoing those motors at the big seminar that's coming up at the shop on January 27th.
Yeah, we're doing a live broadcast at Dana Landing. It's the
Bay tournament.
Bay tournament. They were doing a live broadcast down there, and they're going to be having displays. And Corey, you'll be on the panel, right?
So come to that and demo one of these motors. The Bixby motor's awesome. Also in the Hobie catalog, they have the Torpedo motor basically, and that's available. But in all honesty, the beauty of the Hobie is that once you buy that boat, you don't need much. It's pedals. You don't need fuel. You don't have a lot of maintenance. These things are awesome. So I would get a boat first, test it, and then if you need the motor, add it.
Chris, do you have the motor? No.
No motor.
No.
Hey, we got to disguise our exercise with fun. So we actually do it.
If you want to go long distance, it could be an addition.
No. We do sell a lot of them, especially those guys who want to go try to catch tuna at the 9 Mile on kayak.
So crazy.
I know, it's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
So that day, Ron, the 27th of January, with a whole Bay Bass tournament and seminar, and it's turned into a huge day with sales and
great
everything.
event.
So can we try the kayaks down there that day?
Oh, absolutely. We'll be demoing all of them.
There it is.
Particularly the new Outback will be in the water.
Perfect.
The Compass and the Pro Angler.
That's
Perfect.
Sunday, January 27th at Dana Landing in Mission Bay, and so it'll start with a live broadcast right there. Stephen always puts on a huge sale at Dana Landing.
Steve gives
everything
huge.
Yeah, everything huge.
He does it right and huge.
Yeah, big sale there, and then the seminar. You're going to see displays. Are you going to display some product?
I'm going to have product there to sell, and it's all at discount, which it doesn't need to be, right?
Yeah.
But
no, at MC, but that's
This is a great way to say thank you to
Sunday
a bunch of really great clients. Right. I mean, this is our open house. Steve is, very, he was the CCA and having all kinds of.
Oh, yeah. And then after the live broadcast at 10 a.m., we're going to be doing a inside fast lane. There'll be a panel discussion about bay bass fishing, right?
Man, I'm telling you.
Of course, Stan will be on that panel. We've got Benny Florentino will be there. We're lining up
Afrin-Abutans
That's fun. I'll tell you, I've done a lot of seminars, and the format that goes is fun. It holds a huge amount of people. It's probably the largest seminar I've done, close to 200 people.
Yeah. Jeff, you going to be down there showing off Cedros kayak fishing?
Yeah, it'll be my third year.
Okay.
Setting up on the side right there.
All
Absolutely.
Right. You'll and talk to people about trips.
We'll have the Traeger going for some munchies right after the seminar.
There it is. Yeah, they put out a great spread last year, huh?
Ooh,
Rory
from Traeger. He's our man.
Yeah.
Bruce,
all that good stuff.
You don't want to miss a date, January 27th.
Yep, indeed. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Let's jump back in. Let's talk to Rich. Rich is calling from Bradley. Good morning to the show.
Hi, Rich.
Hi, there's a lot of areas along the Central Coast that don't have launch ramps, and I think a kayak would probably be the answer to getting out to some of those high spots off of our coast. And I'm wondering, what is it like getting a kayak across a long stretch of sand or some rough ground? And my second question would be, besides your fishing tackle, what would be on your list of things that would be absolutely essential to have on your vessel?
Hey, it's a really good question. You know, on the Hobies, we always use plug-in wheels, and the plug-in carts come with different types of wheels. So anytime you're using soft sand with big kayaks, you need those big balloon tires. And the Trax 230 is the ones I recommend for most of them, and they'll go over sand no problem. But if you try to take those little cartwheels through sand, it's like
they dig in,
plow in.
Yeah, they
so
do.
You really need those balloon tires. They're only about $100 more than the cheapest wheel, and they'll do everything.
Even do Pro Anglers.
Oh, yeah, the Pro Angler's the one you really need it with. And the Pro Angler's actually pretty easy because it's balanced right. Those wheels plug into the center of the boat, which makes not much tongue weight on your hand when you're pulling it through.
It's effortless.
And the new Outback, too, you said.
Same, the Outback's like that. Yeah, that's a really great question.
And what's the essential piece?
Well, you know, I usually take 3 or 4 rods, and, you know, it depends on what kind of fishing you're doing. But when you're talking Central Coast, that's cold water. So you got to be thinking safety, too. Warmth, life jacket, you know.
VHF radio.
Yeah, VHF radio. And either that or your cell phone in a plastic, you know, a little waterproof bag.
What's your essential piece, Jeff?
It's absolutely your personal flotation device. I mean, it's just mandatory. You know, and Hobie makes some great ones. You don't even feel.
You don't even feel them.
Chris wears the thing in the truck back to the house like he doesn't even remember it's on. You know what I mean? Because they're that comfortable.
Yeah.
But you know, there you are. And especially up there, like Ron says, in the cold water, like even at Cedros, so like I've had plenty of guys flip over, you know what I mean? And the guys that aren't used to hitting the water like that, like their first thing is it's a freak out moment.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So knowing they have that on,
no matter how good a swimmer you are,
it doesn't.
Now, are these the automatic inflators, or are they just
no?
Like
it's the pull cord one. You know what I mean?
So you pull it.
I use just standard kayak life jackets, and I'll tell you why. I know that a lot of the Hobie guys use the air ones.
Right.
They don't flip. Right. But if you wear a 2-flip, which happens rarely, what do you want to do? You want to grab your stuff. You don't want to pull a string.
Right.
Spend
right.
$20 on it.
Yeah,
and the life jacket I wear has lots of pockets in it. Very
so it's more of a vest.
It is.
That's what you're saying, like a fishing vest.
The no-back model, yeah.
You know, exactly. That's exactly right. A guy came in and says, hey, I want that life jacket that looks like a fly fishing vest.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you can put your stuff in it. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
So much good information this morning. We're going to be right back with Ron, with Jeff, with Chris. We're going to be right back, and let's talk hookup in the Mighty 1090.
There is an undisclosed paradise waiting for you in your own backyard. It's the La Misión Hotel in beautiful Loreto, Baja California. Experience one of the few towns that has truly kept the spirit of old Baja, combined with the luxury of a 5-star hotel. Old Mission traditions, authentic lifestyle, and a wealth of Mexican culture still lives at the La Misión Hotel. Situated on the water and just steps from the harbor, take advantage of the fantastic fishing and natural beauty of the Sea of Cortez and the islands of Loreto. Loretto. Loretto has long been known as the Dorado capital of the world, but huge tuna, wahoo, marlin, yellowtail, and pargo are abundant too. La Mission Hotel can set up affordable fishing trips, dive packages, and family fun adventures to enjoy the rich natural abundance of Loretto. La Mission also has a fantastic spa, fine dining at Los Olivos restaurant, and the famous pizza grill will amaze and stimulate your palate. Relax, fish, and enjoy the beauty and adventure of Loretto at the La Mission Hotel. Fishing and other very affordable packages are available. Once you go, you're hooked. Check LaMissionLoretto.com for details. La Mission, the beauty and fun of Loretto is waiting for you.
Hey, it's time for the 30-second Power Pro seminar. Here's the hot tip for those of us that like to fish with small reels for big fish. Fill your spools with Power Pro Max Quattro. It's 25% thinner than standard Power Pro. That means you're going to get more line on that small reel. Plus, you can fly line your bait more effectively. Here's another tip about Power Pro Max Quattro. Your casting distance will increase in addition to increasing your spool capacity. So downsize your tackle and use Power Pro Max Quattro. Check PowerPro.com for more information.
Happy holidays from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. This is Doug Kern. Nothing could be better for that saltwater angler on your list than a gift from Fisherman's Landing Tackle and Shimano. We have the best Shimano has to offer, including Talica, Trinidad A, Therese, Stella, Tranks, Terramar, Colt Sniper, Torium, Tiagra, Flatfall, and much more from Shimano. Bottom line, we have the most complete selection of Shimano saltwater tackle and the knowledge to help you pick out the perfect gift. Check out our huge selection at saltwatertackle.com or come by and see us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
He's not just my fishing buddy. After 30 years, he's a brother, and I'd sure hate to lose him. His bass boat's got nothing to do with it. So I make sure both of us wear a life jacket. Save the ones you love, even if they don't own a fancy boat. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Quality is the name of the game at Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay. Free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, plus a great fleet. It's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute, Tomahawk, Prowler, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check SeaforthLanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
XEBRS 1090 AM Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader.
The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and you couldn't ask for a better show for me to do. Cedros Island.
Are you kidding?
Kayaking.
Yeah, Corey's like already signed up.
Calico Bass. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
I love kayak fishing. People don't realize I spend a lot of time in a kayak.
Yeah.
I love the intimacy of being right on the water and fishing. Some people are semi-intimidated, but I love it. I mean,
how good is the calico fishing in the kelp on a kayak?
A lot of fun. And that's why when you talk like the Islander trip, you know, fishing San Clemente or Jeff, and the intimacy of the way Jeff and his family cater to you at the island and take you to the north, take you wherever. The weather's blowing out of the east. Let's go over to the west side. And, you know, just it's right up my alley, every bit of this.
Yeah. Well, I took my sons there, and all you dads out there that are looking for a bucket list trip to do with your sons or your family or your brother, your uncle, whatever, take them on this trip.
It's so fun.
It's gonna be the best thing you ever did.
Yeah. And we'll do probably every year from there on, right? Because once you go.
Getting worried.
No doubt about it. All right, let's jump into the phones, Corey.
Let's do it. Let's talk to Jeff. Jeff's calling from San Diego. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup this morning, Jeff.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I was just curious how essential it is to have a Hobie bait tank to be productive in La Jolla.
I think it's a must. I mean, you know, the yellowtail candy, white sea bass candy is those big greenback mackerel. And it's so easy to make mackerel, you know, with a sabiki. I use a sabiki rod so that I don't have things tangling up and I can make bait anytime. But those Hobie bait tanks, years ago, all the bait tanks on kayaks were sort of like garage art.
Yep.
You know,
I used to have one.
Every cooler had a thing sticking out the side, or we were dragging bait tubes. And I remember...
A lot of drag, that's the thing.
One of my team guys, Larry Lauman, designed the most brilliant little tank, and I literally, you know, we built 5 of them, I took the tank to Hobie, and I said, I walked into the president's office. I said, you see this? All these features, you got to make it look like a Hobie. And 2 years later, out comes that first version 1 of the bait tank. Killer. Home run. Work great. And they
still work great.
They still work great. But the version 2, I was just talking with Chris. He was just talking about his new version 2 bait tank, and he hasn't used it in a long time. And he said, wow, it just worked. It came right back. I figured it out real easy. They're simple, and they work great. They'll keep, live mackerel. Come on.
Jeff, down at Cedros,
Yes.
kayak fishing. I mean, don't need live bait, but what a difference it makes, right?
It does. I mean, some days it's kind of essential, like if you want that bigger fish or like if you want to get bit.
Yeah.
So what we do, we keep a lot of bait on the Ponga, and then we have the bait tanks on the kayak, and so you just paddle right up, and they put some in your bait tank for you, and then...
And you just delivered the brand new Hobie Outbacks with the version 2 bait tank on
Absolutely. And the Lowrance.
the Lowrance. So all of them have fish finders, too?
Everyone has a Hook 2.5 on it, yeah.
A fish finder.
Yeah, the new second.
New bait tank, and you supply them with a VHF radio, so you're fully
everything.
dialed.
Peak,
That's all part of the package.
Everything. Yeah,
So
fully
crazy.
outloaded.
How about that?
I know. I just keep thinking the icing's already on the cake, and it just keeps getting better and better.
So, Jeff, bait tank, yes.
Yep, and then the bait tank also has rod holders on the back, so
for more storage.
Yeah, so you've just increased your rod storage. Either
I
3
know.
or 5.
I know for 100% fact, without knowing. I know Kevin and Morgan had their hand in that one.
Yeah, you know that. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning, John Collins, the one and only. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Pete. How you guys doing?
Hey, doing terrific.
Good. Great show as usual.
Thank you.
Hey, I just wanted to give you a quick fish report. I just got back off the Independence on a 10-day. I was very honored to represent Affco on that trip.
Wow.
We had a really good trip. We had lots of tuna, good wahoo fishing, yellowtail, and we had a real bonus on the way back home there. We came across a nice, big, huge spot of big bluefin.
Ooh.
And we only had a short amount of time to fish. We're on our way home. We're down about 180 miles. And these fish came up. I had my 60-pound outfit in my hand, and when I saw the first boil, I put that away and grabbed my 100-pound outfit, pinned on a bait, threw it out. It was instant, and we hooked several of the nice fish. Most of them were in that 100 to 120-pound bracket.
Oh.
One of my good friends on the boat was very fortunate. He got one on the kite that was 260.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. How big was yours?
Well, they were like 100 to 110.
All of them. Wow. And did you get a bunch?
Yeah, all 2 of them. No, we only had a short amount of time and just a little bit of bait. We were on our way home.
Oh, my gosh. What a great finish to a great trip,
Awesome
huh?
report, yeah.
Oh,
Awesome
it
report.
was just unbelievable. But my suggestion would be is any of these guys that are leaving the day after Christmas on these 5-day trips, several of the boats have the 5-day, I would highly recommend they have an 80 to 100-pound outfit with them because these fish wanted a bite. I mean, it was like a school of albacore. As soon as they hit the water.
How exciting is that, man? Gosh, that's incredible.
Very, very
Here just before Christmas, too. And we're looking forward to having you on the show. Our first show of the new year is going to feature Captain John Collins, and we're going to be talking knots and fishing and all that good stuff. So we're looking forward to it, John.
All right. Just wanted to pass that on to you.
Great information. Thanks a lot, John. Appreciate the call this morning. Merry Christmas to you and Judy.
Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year.
All right. Same that to you. Hey, Al Clowers is on the line. Good morning, Al.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hey, I just want to call in and wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I know you got Chris on the show today, and I wanted to say hi to him. We did some extensive bait fishing together, probably, 7 or 8 trips, and we had a great time from the back bay all the way to the front. And
Good to see you, Al. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Good to see you. You're all over the place still. That's great.
Yes, indeed.
I need to get down to that Cedros one of these days and go check it out.
It's
been
pretty
on
awesome.
my radar, so I'll pull the trigger on that one of these days. But hey, I was out on a little half-day kind of local trip in the Riviera yesterday. We were going to go fish rock cod and really never made a drop. There was a bunch of bait. and a bunch of them big mamba bonita right at the border, right off of North Island there, straight in a line.
Really?
And we just smashed them on the cold snipe. I didn't even have bait. I just had squid, and I seen the big bird schools, and I told the deck, and I said, hey, grab them sniper rods out there. Pulled up, and it was 3 hours of big 8 to 10 pound bonita fishing. It was good.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good
really
fishing,
cool.
man.
Oh yeah,
That's great eating
dope.
too. You know, we
a
had
little more out.
there was a guy on the that came down on one of our trips, and he brought that Poky mix from Fisherman's Processing, and we caught a couple nice bonita, and we iced it up, and then he made ceviche or Poky in the evening with that stuff. Wow.
Hey, I know a couple Japanese guys. Honestly, the next best thing to the toro, the bluefin, is sometimes even more so is the bonito. Like a nicely done bonito can be better than a bluefin.
It's
seriously.
Really, what's the key? I smoked some too on the Traeger.
What's the key to that though?
Well, it's bleeding them and taking care of them, right?
Ice. And eat them fresh. You can't freeze it.
Yeah, it's just not worthy after. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, Al. Well, thanks for the report. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
Merry Christmas, Al. Nice to hear from you. All right, thanks.
All right,
Thanks a lot
later.
for the call. Appreciate that very much. Let's go ahead and jump into those jam-packed phone lines, Corey.
Let's do it. Let's talk to Chuck. Chuck's calling from Dana Point. Good morning, Chuck.
Chuck, thanks for hanging
Good
in there.
morning, you guys. Hey, no problem. I listen to the whole show anyway, so, you know.
Thank you.
You know, the Cedros Island, I was watching Discovery, and one of them's producing abalone on the island and selling it worldwide. I was wondering if that was an old bait that we never used again because it's so scarce for rock fishing and stuff. You know,
it would be an expensive bait because how much is a can of abalone at the island?
I've never priced it. I mean, they're always giving it to me, but I'm sure it's $20 a can.
Oh, at least it's like 40. I heard.
I mean,
somebody told me.
Yeah, no, it's
very expensive.
And you guys made me feel so much better about my rod collection. And the tip about the hidden closet, I got to make one.
Right? Oh, good idea. The hidden closet. See, but we busted him with his wife listening. Busted.
Yeah,
Chris.
right.
God, I like that. Hey, thanks a lot, Chuck. Appreciate it.
Just doesn't know how many.
Yeah, exactly. Never know.
Indeed.
Let's jump back in and let's talk to Mike. Mike's calling from Mira Mesa. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have a question, Mike?
Good morning. How you doing, Jeff? Ron? Big Mike?
Mike, what's happening? Good to hear from you.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing on the island? You had those hurricanes and stuff.
Yeah, they had a couple of those hurricanes kind of just
sweep it a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of swept by. We had some rain for sure, but no significant damage anywhere. Main Street's kind of the bottom of the riverbed, so even if it rains a half inch, like there's always a little bit of dirt and debris that go down, but no significant, nobody hurt, no loss of life like that.
That's awesome.
No damage to anybody's house.
And for the most part, the island's on a pretty good hillside, really, so it kind of drains. It doesn't settle and it doesn't pool up. Really.
Oh no, it comes. It's crazy.
Comes hard.
Yeah, man. When it rains there, it does not soak in at all. So
it
just comes.
That
ripping
street becomes a river.
Oh, it gets crazy there.
Yeah, and they have a reservoir up on top, right?
There's a guy that lives up there, and the spring water. There's no real reservoir up there, but there's the guys up there year round monitoring the water coming out of the ground that feeds the town.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. And there's plenty now.
There's plenty, yeah. The island is so green. I just got back, and it's ridiculously green down there. Just, a lot of moisture in the air. Yeah. They had a really good rain just a couple weeks ago when we had rain. But no, everything's totally fine down there, Mike.
Great. Thanks a lot for the call this morning, Mike. Appreciate that.
Let's jump back in. Let's talk to Paul. Paul's calling from Bellflower. Welcome to the show this morning.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for hanging in there.
Good morning, fellas. Great show.
Thanks.
My question is, what's the scariest moment with wildlife and weather while you're out there on the kayak?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Scariest might be the funnest moment.
It is. One of the scariest was I was watching my son on a giant boiler rock, and he had a big calico in his hand, and he was trying to take a selfie.
Was this at San Clemente Island on the Islander trip?
No, but that was
another time.
That was second.
Yeah,
this was a much bigger wave, and Jared was sitting there holding this fish up, trying to make a selfie, and I'm going, hey, Jared, you know, like, hey, there's a big wave coming, you know, and I'm freaking out. And he just kind of waves at me. Got it, Dad. Pulls it into reverse, you know, with the new 180 reverse drive. And he just backs out, and the wave just detonates on the reef right where he caught the calico.
Oh,
I was sweating bullets for him.
Right? Yeah, Jeff, you have any intimidating moments on the kayak?
When Chris and I were at Benito's, and we were catching a bunch of yellows, and I had, like, it was small, probably 10, 12 pounds, pulled it up alongside my kayak, and, like, out of nowhere, like a 500-pound seal came, and, like, I felt his whiskers. Yeah, sea lion. Just took the thing right from my hands.
Out of your hand.
Right out of my hands.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I felt his whiskers. Like
I've had two moments, and one of them certainly involves a sea lion trying to eat a big white sea bass I was catching on the kayak. But the biggest moment, Ron was right there, was on the Islander kayak trip. It was like a fin whale. I think it was like a 50-foot whale. And Chris, you were right there too. And this whale came by us. We saw him surface, and it literally came like 10 feet under my kayak. I was watching it.
Cool.
Don't flip your tail, please. Yeah, don't. But I mean, that was like the coolest.
That's another way of flipping you off.
Yeah, that was like the coolest and the most intimidating moment I've ever had on a kayak. I'll never forget that moment. It was that, but those kinds of things happen on a kayak.
And those are the moments you too can
remember forever. Yeah, you never forget.
Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Let's jump back in. Let's talk to Tony. Tony's calling from L.A. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My question was for Jeff. I was wondering, are we limited to the number of rods we can bring? And also, are we limited to the length of rods we can bring on the plane?
Yeah, so great question. So with the new plane, we have no rod fees, which were getting kind of ridiculous this past year. But we are trying to limit everyone to 4 rods per person. That's all you need down there. You need 2 bass rods, and you need a live bait rod and like a jig stick, and you will be able to take care of anything that you need to.
And how long?
On the island. And plus, I have a ton of stuff on the island.
Yeah, you own the tackle store on the island.
That, and like Chris has like 15 rods on my thing, so we'll just use all his stuff.
Oh, he's got 15 down there too. Does he have a
Maryland
compartment?
Doesn't know.
Does he have a compartment down at your house?
Well, he took over half of my fishing room.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But so, Jeff, that's a cool deal. I mean, a guy can bring 5 or 6 reels and a few rods, and if he needs a rod to add to his collection for the trip,
you've got all the stuff.
We have great bass rods. I have great Phoenix Axis rods for fishing yellows and throwing.
You got all that stuff. So you don't really need to bring rods.
You don't have to if you didn't want to.
Yeah, if you didn't want
to.
to.
Just bring your reels.
Now, how long of a rod can you bring?
I should talk to the pilot. I'm pretty sure we could bring up to 9-footers. I don't know if he could stuff a 10-footer in there.
But you have 9-footers down there if you don't.
I think I got some that are like 8.6. Yeah, some of those Axis rods are like 8.6. But we're the thing, most guys, like we're on a kayak or we're on the Ponga, and we are already on the fish.
Yeah,
like,
a long rod.
You do not need to make a giant cast. Like, you really don't. Like, you're already on
more than
the
enough.
fish.
Yeah, from a kayak, I mean, my favorite rod is like a 7.5-footer, 7 foot.
Really?
What's your go-to calico rod and reel?
It's a 708 Seeker Signature Series, right? But I can do everything with it. I can catch a yellow, I can catch a calico, I can go lighter line, I can go heavier line. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I can use that one rod for everything. And
I bring 2 rods out most days. I tell everyone, and I chuckle a little bit when I see guys bring 4 and 5 rods out on the kayak. I mean, you just don't need it. You need 2 rods.
But the most important, let me say this, the most important thing on a kayak is to be able to get your rod tip around the bow, to be able to stretch your arm and get the rod around the bow. So you don't want too short, but a long rod, a 9-footer it's a backbreaker. That 7.5-footer is going to be perfect for a 30-pound yellow or a big calico. It's maneuverable.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Arnie, just about a minute left for you. You have a quick question? Arnie and Vista.
Good morning,
Arnie.
Arnie.
I'm just didn't hear you, buddy. Sorry.
Good morning.
Just Ron, real quick. Just kind of wondering, when are you going to start doing the fishing missions next year? And I kind of remember, Jeff, when you were at the El Cajon boat, you had your hand all beat up. How's your hand doing?
Good question. Yeah.
Well, he's still not shaking real hard.
Yeah, but it's better. He's out of a cast.
Yeah,
right?
my hand is doing great. Thank you very much for asking. I'm pulling on big fish again, so
There you go.
very happy about that.
Cool. And Fishing Mission,
Oh,
Ron.
Fishing Mission is one of our favorite times of year. We get to go fishing with our clients, the whole crew. We always start right after the Fred Hall boat show.
Okay.
So
after
that'll
Del,
be in
Mar-
March.
show.
After Del Mar.
So
right.
it'll beginning of April.
Yep. Or, well, late March, early April.
Well,
yeah.
actually, Fred Hall is late March. So
it'll be early April.
Yeah.
And that's still the same deal where we $129. We provide everything and lunch and homemade cookies from Debbie.
Oh.
And
so
we go out and fish spotted bay bass. And you ever want to buy a boat? That comes right off the price of the boat. It's a wonderful way to see if kayak fishing is something that you and your family want to do.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I love it.
It's really, I've participated in several of them. They're just it's a great day, and it's very, very reasonable.
Yeah, well, and, sometimes you just have that question. I'd like to try kayak fishing. Well, what do? How do you get a top-line kayak with a guide and go figure it out? Well, this is the easy formula. We have professional guides with us, all my guys with you that can talk about we're talking Callan and Hayden and all these guys that have fished forever on kayaks with you fishing. And we fish for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And you can switch boats, try an Outback, try a Pro Angler, see what you want.
And by the way, Ron, it's the Fred Hall Fishing, Tackle, and Boat Show.
Oh, yeah.
And it's at the Del Mar Fairgrounds, March 28th through the 31st. At the Del Mar Fairground, that's the Del Mar show.
Am I in trouble with Bart again?
You got to say Fred Hall Fishing, Tackle, and Boat Show.
And Boat Show.
That's it. Thanks, Arnie, for the call.
Hey, when we come back on Let's Talk Hookup, we're going to find out who's won the trip on the San Diego out of Seaforth and the Salty Crew package. We got more from Jeff, more from Ron, more from Chris when we come back on Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check Gamakatsu.com.
Happy holidays from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. This is Doug Kern. Be sure to get that saltwater angler on your list what they really want. A gift from Fisherman's Landing Tackle and Pen. We have the best Pen has to offer, including International VISX, Fathom 2-Speed, Torque 2-Speed, Fathom Star Drag, and so much more. Bottom line, we have the most complete selection of Pen saltwater tackle and the knowledge to help you pick out the perfect gift. Check out our huge selection at saltwatertackle.com or come by and see us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
Sport fishing, not just for dad anymore. At Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, kids fish free every Sunday. Free half-day fishing trip and clinic free for kids 12 and under every Sunday at Dana Wharf. Join the Dana Wharf Kids Club and get over $100 of really cool stuff like 2 free fishing trips, a free whale watch trip, and more. Dana Wharf, everyone's favorite since 1971. Click DanaWharf.com or visit them in the Dana Point Harbor, the bass capital of the West, and only minutes from the 5 freeway in Orange County. DanaWharf.com, where kids fish free.
This is Greg Stotesbury from Affco. For more than 58 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. Affco continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built by fishermen for fishermen. From our next-generation waterproof shorts like Tactical or Stealth to our new anhydrous waterproof jacket and bibs, the entire Affco clothing line is purpose-built with the latest Aftec fabrics and features designed to deliver for the demanding angler. To find Affco products, go to Affco.com and find a dealer near you.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. And Chris chose a lucky number, and it's Scott from San Diego. Scott's going to win the trip on the San Diego out of Seaforth and the Salty Crew package. And, Scott, you can go right down to Ron's shop and
Fast Lane and
get dialed in.
Yeah. You got all the Salty Crew stuff as well as the ultimate kayak for fishing, and that's the Hobie kayak. How do we find you, Ron?
We're right down there, Mission Bay, Dana Landing. Call the shop at 619-222-0766.
All right. And, of course, Cedros kayak fishing, such an amazing opportunity. And this year, coming up, you fly on a private charter down there.
Yes, we do.
I can't wait, Chris. That's so, Chris has probably already booked like 5 trips on
eight,
right? 8 trips already, yeah. But we have spots available. I mean, like,
we do.
There's one spot available on one of our trips in August, right?
Definitely.
Which is on, if you go to letstalkhookup.com on the trips page, you'll see that.
Yep.
And then if somebody wants to book a trip, just
best
call.
way, probably call me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Jeff, my phone number, 760-412-2507. You can look at the website. I'm working on it right now. I got a lot of irons in the fire right now. So,
and we had a caller on hold that had the question of when your season starts.
I fish there year round.
So you start when people want to go.
Yeah,
Let's
like
do it.
if someone wanted to go, let's just start talking.
Put a group together and
we'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
But your scheduled ones start in.
Chris is starting it off in March, then the bulk of the schedule really starts in June.
In June. Okay, very good. All right, and how do we find you?
CedrosKayakFishing.com is the best way, or call me on the phone. I love talking Cedros. So.
Yeah. All right.
Merry Christmas to everyone. You can find me at the Fred Hall Show in Del Mar, but we'll also be in Long Beach this year.
All right.
Over by the Hobie booth. I'm not going to be in the mix with all the other tours.
And for Ron's purpose, it's a boat show. For your purpose, my purpose, it's the fishing tackle and boat show.
Very good. Yeah. And of course,
Bart's listening.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Thanks a lot. Hey, thank you, Corey. Another great show. Tomorrow, it's our Christmas Spectacular with Captain Mark Wish from the Pacific Edge. Thousands of dollars in prizes will be given away tomorrow. Your best contribution to the show will take the prize. So thanks to Adam for all he does. Check out our app, and if you haven't downloaded our app, it is the best app. Let's Talk Hookup, just on the App Store or the Google Play Store, and we'll see you tomorrow right back here on the Mighty 1090.